Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video. Now, we need to discuss the notice that popped up earlier this morning because now that this is going to be coming to the global side, because if I'm not mistaken, JP should have this active by now or about to be active because they announced this in JP about a month or so ago, but I don't think people really paid too much attention to it. But now that global is going to be getting this on the 22nd of March, there have been people that have been discussing this, have been upset about it, or are just not too happy about this change that is coming. Now, this doesn't affect free-to-play players. This mainly affects players who do support the game, who do purchase packs within the game, costumes, etc., etc. And I thought about it because I was trying to figure out at first, like, why are people so upset about this? Like, I mean, it doesn't seem like a big deal. But then when I looked at my paid gem count and my acquired gem count, basically like my free-to-play gems that you get within doing content, you know, divine boards, etc., etc., I thought about it and I'm like, oh, Square Enix is trying to be a little slick here. Because if we take a look at the amount of gems that I have 410k gems. But the thing is, though, whenever you purchase in-game bundles, gem packs, whatever, even if you buy said packs, the game is going to first use the acquired or the free-to-play gems first before you get into the purchased gems. Now, this is where I caught on as to what Square Enix is trying to do. So basically, they are, in a way, trying to force you to use your free-to-play gems before the game starts touching the gems that you have purchased. So when you think about it, for players who are over 300k gems at the moment, right? Or for those that, you know, because like who's gonna buy 300k gems at one time, right? Like, you know, these type of gems, or at least the gems that you see that I have purchased, these are gems that I have purchased throughout like the past like couple of months, because I am a day one player. I do support the game, I do enjoy the game, and I do make content on the game. So sometimes if I have to purchase, like, you know, things that I would actually need to like max out a character, max out a weapon, etc., etc., like the ultimate packs or the pink ingots slash book, then, you know, me being a pay-to-play player would, you know, I don't really have too much of an issue paying for said packs, because like at the end of the day, they're going to support my game, my gameplay, and the content that I do. But the thing is, though, for players already over 300k gems, just imagine if, say, like a costume of your favorite character comes out, right? And you want to purchase said costume, but you can't because of the limit, because you're over the 300k limit. That's not fair. Because, like, what if you just only want the costume and that's it? You know, you're missing out on in-game content that you can have for your character, and at the same time, Square Enix is also going to be missing out on, guess what, your money. So at the end of the day, I don't understand why Square Enix decided to do this weird change of making it so that you have a purchase limit, because at the end of the day, Square Enix is still getting hurt by it, because like for players who have over 300k gems, they won't be able to purchase anything, which may or may not make them not want to play the game. Now, I was talking about this in my Discord server, and I'm going to tell you the exact words that I said when I finally realized that, like, hey, like, this doesn't seem right. Like, Square Enix is trying to be slick about it. And then I'm going to talk about some solutions. Actually, there's two solutions I'm going to talk about. So what I said in my Discord server was, now that I think about this change some more, it is an issue, at least for myself, because one, I'm close to the paid gem count, so that means I won't be able to purchase costumes since they have gems in them. And then two, this is a slick move because they are basically saying, hey, if you want the costume, guess what? You're going to have to use your gems, your free-to-play gems, and reduce that paid gem amount. But to make things worse, the gems that get used first are the gems acquired in-game before the paid gems are used, meaning Square Enix is really trying to make extra money from players and making them not use tickets because they really want their costume or book / ingots. Now, and the thing is though, like, this is said within like your user data. Like if we go back to it, you'll see that on your user data info where it shows your gem count, it says acquired includes free gems awarded with purchase. Acquired gems will be used first, and then purchases may not be reflected immediately. So those acquired gems, those are your free-to-play gems that you get within game. So basically, like, take example, let's say if I had over 300 paid gems at the moment, and I wanted to purchase a costume for a favorite character, right? Let's take example, I don't know, Tifa, right? Whenever she gets her FR in about like whatever amount of months, right? And I wanted to get her new purple dress, but I'm over 300k gems. Guess what? If I really, really, really wanted that costume that badly, I would have to spend my 140k gems first before I get to my paid gems, and then once I reach under 300k gems, then I'm finally able to make a purchase. So at the end of the day, I'm actually losing more as a player because I'm losing more free-to-play gems and my purchase gems just because I want a costume. Now, obviously, I wouldn't do something like that. Like, that's just being silly. That's just a waste of gems, especially if you already get, let's say, the BT or the FR within, like, maybe 5 multis. Then, like, I would not be crazy enough to actually spend extra gems just because I want to purchase a costume and replace like what 8k gems or whatever the amount is that they have in their costume packs. And the same goes for the books and the ingots. Like, it's like Square Enix, they're preventing themselves from not getting our money for those who do purchase in-game content or any of the gem packs or whatever. But at the same time, though, like, they're also going to be losing money because, like, guess what? Those paid players that do support the game and want to purchase the stuff, like, they won't be able to because there's a limit on the paid gems. And it's just stupid. Like, at the end of the day, it's a stupid decision. And I don't understand why. Like, I don't know if maybe they're trying to make it so that people won't overspend. Maybe because there are some players who tend to go to either their Google Play store or their Apple iTunes store. I don't know what it is. You know, maybe try to get a refund on whatever the money that they are trying to do because they like to scam Square Enix or some mess like that. But like, at the end of the day, like, whichever route that you go, like, Square Enix is going to be losing money, and the customer, which would be us, we won't be able to get some of the costumes that may come out in the future, or some of the Ultima bundles or the pink bundles, etc., etc. So, like, Square Enix is still going to be losing money at the end of the day, and it's dumb. And especially for those who let's say, just purchased the Mog Pass, right? Mog Pass players, if you purchase the $5 one, you know, you don't have to worry too much about it. The premium Mog Pass, you know, if that's the only thing that you buy over time, those gems are going to collect. So by the time, let's say, we get to, like, at some point in the FR era, if you get close to 300k gems, then what are you going to do, right? You're going to have to spend your gems. And look, this whole game, when it comes to pulling, is RNG based. A lot of players tend to get a lot of the weapons that they want to, that they are pulling for via tickets. So why is it that you're going to punish a player who uses tickets more than their gems, who are keeping their gems for, like, favorites, and, like, preventing them from purchasing, like, in-game content within the game? I do not understand it. Now, I have proposed 2 solutions. I know one of the solutions I posted right here in my little sticky note. So one of the solutions is that what they could do is to separate the gems from the costumes and book / ingot bundles, making it so that paid players, can actually purchase the costume itself without getting any gems, so that way we are getting what we want. Square Enix, even though they will be making a little bit less money from those packs, they're still making some money off of us. So, like, to see, you know, to see them, you know, making this decision, it's like it's just being silly, and I don't understand why is it that they are trying to I guess in a way punish themselves and also punish players who really enjoy the game and want to purchase in-game content. Now, I was trying to remember the other solution, but if I do remember, I'll make sure to post it in a pinned comment. But I'm curious to see what you guys think about all this whole situation. I know that this doesn't affect a lot of players. I mean, they are, like I said, like, you know, I don't think any player is going to be purchasing 300k gems immediately and affect them this hard. But this will definitely affect those players who, you know, who will purchase like a pack or two or their Monk Pass, you know, like every month, and those gems do build up, especially if they don't use them. So, you know, it'll probably hurt them in the long run. Now, like I mentioned, JP, I believe, and I think this was said in my survey as well, that this is actually going to be going live very, very soon. I think here in the next few days. So we're going to see how it's going to turn out on the JP side. But again, I honestly feel like this is just going to be hurting Square Enix at the end of the day. And I feel like this might deter players from playing the game, especially those who are paid to play. So but yeah, let me know what you guys think. Again, like I'm not complaining, I'm not doing anything of that sort. I'm just like discussing like what's the ordeal with this whole decision that they decided to do. So yeah, take care, guys. I'm curious to see what you guys think, and I can't wait to see the comments on this video.